Carl and Damon here from Brrraains A Head-Banging Life, gbhblofficial for sure, and it's They Made What into a TV series, Donkey Kong Country, episode 35, The Big Switch-a-Roo, or episode 9 of season 2, episode 9 of 14. We're on the path to the end. As I said in a previous episode, Erica Strobel has now departed as writer, and we have a variety of different writers. This time around, we get Danielle Campbell as the writer. I'd say take that for what you will. I don't really notice any real differences, and unless I sat there afterwards, maybe the tier list will be best for this when we get around to doing the tier list of the episodes. Maybe that'll be the best way to analyse who maybe came in later after Erica Strobel, who was the predominant writer of the entire show, who came in and was like, oh, well, they wrote some good episodes.
Well, I mean, I think we both agreed that there was that one guy done 2 really good episodes.
Yeah, there has been some notable differences here and there, but overall, over the entire sort of season's run, it'd be hard to break it down at this stage. So, the Big Switch-a-Roo. We begin outside Funky's flight shop. DK is with Diddy and explaining that he plans to celebrate, because he's an idiot, the first time he broke a date with Candy. Diddy rightfully calls him stupid. He's going to write a note in the sky, but DK and Funky head off to the sky to do this thing. At Cranky, we see he's invented a robot ape. He seems to be working okay, it seems to be working okay, but he's impressed by his other invention, brain-switching helmets. So this episode just won't decide what it wants to do.
Yeah.
Robots and brain-switching helmets, but you can probably see the writing on the wall here. You know where this is going. And of course, guess who is listening in? It's Clump, who plans to report back to K-Rool. The series, this season, has no idea how to get K-Rool involved in this.
Yes.
So it constantly has Clump listening in at the start.
Yes.
Always has. Doesn't matter where it is, what it is, Clump is always listening in, just so we can get K-Rool in. Pretty lazy. Yeah, I mean, I'm still... they're needing a very... So, like, spoilers ahead, but we've now finished this show, note-wise, and we are recording these in bulk to get to the end. And near the end, there's the last time that Clump will do that, and it's still my favourite thing of the entire show. Clump's binoculars. Love it. At Bluster's factory, he's explaining to Candy about their advancements, and it is planning to replace Candy with a robot. Oh, how kitsch, how modern day. She's going to get a promotion, though, his personal assistant, and he's being a bit pervy about it because it's Bluster. Candy refuses, and Bluster points out that it is more advanced. They end up betting that the robot can do the job better than the laziest ape on the island, which of course is Donkey Kong. I'd argue that I thought about it and went, I never see Diddy doing anything.
Yep.
I never really see Dixie doing anything. Do you know what I mean? Like,
Donkey Kong's buddy, Funky's getting high. And
yeah, Funky's just chilling out. Yes, it's arguable. Yep. Yes. If Candy wins, she gets a raise. If he wins, he gets a picnic date. Yeah, fair enough.
Yep.
Yeah, absolutely. They go outside and see DK drawing a love heart in the sky. At K-Rool's, the lizard is cooking his mother's muffin recipe, as he do. If there's one consistent in this, right, K-Rool is one of the most entertaining things.
Yeah, definitely.
Purely because I think actually... We probably mentioned this early on, but if there's one thing Donkey Kong Country does overall brilliantly, voice acting.
Yes.
Voice acting.
Yep.
But K-Rool's voice actor is one of the best.
Yeah, I mean, from the first episode to the last episode, it's perfect.
Yeah.
There's no change. You know, he's always has a good vibe, and he is one of the best characters in the show.
Yeah, good singing voice as well. Clump comes along and reports what he saw to K-Rool. Initially dismissive, he figures he can transfer the crystal coconut's power to his brain. So he orders them to get the machine on a promise of muffins, something neither Clump or Crusher are happy about as they're gross. Yep. It's one of those. That'll make the kids laugh.
Yep.
DK and Funky are finishing up the message, and DK drops outside Cranky's. The old ape orders DK to keep an eye on things as he pops out. DK panics though as he can't find any bananas, but then finds one of the helmets and puts it on. Pretending to be Clump, for some reason, he accidentally activates it, and the other, which landed on the robot's head when he fell into it, means they now switch brains. DK is inside the robot and leaves without realising what has happened. Cranky arrives home with Bluster and finds DK, but thinks he's just asleep. He wakes him up and DK starts to behave like a robot. Noticing the robot is gone, Cranky somehow works out what has happened and heads off to try and find the robot.
Yep.
I know we got to get there and we've only got 20 odd minutes.
Of course, yeah.
But yeah, that's like, he just works it out. It's like, oh, okay, all right. How? How would you jump to that conclusion?
He is meant to be the smartest one, isn't he?
Is he though?
Well, meant to be, I would have thought.
Oh,
He's the elder, isn't he? So
yeah, I guess on that basis, yeah. Bluster, along with DK, realizes he can take advantage of the robot brain being in DK's head. Robot DK is looking for bananas and runs into Diddy. Diddy thinks DK is playing a trick, and when he realizes it's not, he breaks into a song called Metal Head, which DK joins in onto.
It's a horrible song.
Yeah, well, I don't think any of the songs in the latter part of the season are that memorable. Bluster finds Candy painting her toenails, and he brings DK in under his orders. Bluster gets DK to work and then reveals what has happened and claims he now wins the bet. Candy, though, refuses to believe it and shouts at them both. Diddy and Robot DK are heading back to Cranky's, who reveals that the other DK is now gone. He figures that Bluster is involved, and we see that DK is working too well and causing problems for Bluster. He's too good at his job. Clump and Crusher approach Cranky's, and the latter is confused that they're after the machines rather than the coconut. He's like, why aren't we getting a coconut? Why are we after the machines? Good point, Clump.
Yep.
They bust in and are able to deal with DK's robot body and even fight off Cranky running off with a helmet. A rare thing here. They fight. And they win.
I know.
Rare.
It's got to be the first time.
Yes. Yeah. At least that we see them actively, like, bully the apes.
Yeah.
Yes. Candy is walking angrily through the jungle and slams in the Clump. Both helmets fly in the air and they end up with one on each of the head and switch brains. This is why I got interested in this episode. I thought, oh goodness me, we're going to do Freaky Friday, but all of it. Like, I thought there'd be more.
Yeah.
We'd get a few more body swapping stuff as it goes on. I thought it could be a bit more funny. And unfortunately, it doesn't. It stops here.
Yeah, it stops here.
However, this Candy Clump thing is good.
Yes,
it is.
Yeah.
Because of the reactions of everyone around him.
Yes.
Crusher grabs the helmets and drags Clump off, as we now see that his brain is inside Candy. When he sees his body, he is shocked and gets in it with Diddy, but quickly tries to adapt. So I like Clump thinking on his feet there. Clump Candy talks to DK's robot head about what has happened as the lizard tries to suggest they go back to Candy's. At K. Rules, he puts a helmet on and wonders why Crusher tied up Clump. So he sees like Clump tied up and he's like, what's going on here? Crusher claims that Clump is broken and Candy is now revealed to be in his body. K. Rules shows her what she looks like in a mirror and she faints. And he realised what has happened and how that device works. So that I liked as well, you know?
Yeah. It's
Jokes about skincare routine here. Yeah. He now plans to put the helmet on a crystal coconut, and they head off to get it. At Cranky's hut, the old ape is trying to fix DK as Clump Candy suggests they assault K. Rule's lair, and she will stay to guard the coconut. Okay. DK's head suggests that he will stay to help, which Cranky and Diddy mock in a song form called Head Games. Felt a bit jammed in that one.
Yeah,
it did.
It's another horrible one, yeah.
It's a weird one, though, as he laughs non-stop through it as well, which is odd. And it's basically one long set of rubbish puns about him just being ahead. With that done, they head off, leaving Clump Candy in charge. He tries to steal the coconut, but Bluster arrives and wants to start the picnic, because, you know, he won the bet. Clump Candy ends up punching him in the face, because it's Clump. That's fun. That's the fun stuff.
That is funny, yeah.
In K. Rule's lair, Cranky, Diddy and DK's head arrive to find Candy tied up and no sign of the lizards. She tells them what K. Rule's plan is, and they all realise that Clump has the coconut, who we now see is actually chilling in Cranky's hut ordering Robot DK about. I was like, why?
Yeah.
What did we miss here?
It's
a weird jump.
It does seem like they missed. They either knew they had to get to come to the end of the episode.
Yep.
They had to skip something.
Yep.
Because there's definitely something missing.
Or they just couldn't work it out. We're just like, just jam it in.
Yeah.
Kids won't notice.
Exactly. Yeah.
Yes. K. Rule and Crusher arrive and they think they've won as K. Rule gets ready to set their helmets up, but he makes a bad order to the robot and it ends up trapped in a barrel because K. Rule's an idiot. The apes now arrive and everyone gets into it, which allows Cranky to return DK to normal. DK kicks K. Rule and Crusher out before Candy forces Clump to change back. They then exchange skincare information. See, that's the touches. Because I've watched so many of these. Those are the touches that I enjoy. And DK and Candy reunite once Clump is kicked out of the hut too. Bluster arrives and demands his money back and has no interest in robots anymore, considering how it's all been messed up. Everyone laughs. to end the episode. And I noticed that's becoming a running theme of how they end the episodes. But everyone just sort of laughs at the end and starts moving like marionettes almost. It's weird.
Yeah, it's a bit odd. Yeah.
It's odd.
Yeah,
It's odd.
It's odd, yeah.
It is odd.
I mean, they didn't do it at all during the first season and a half.
I don't know if it's, again, a difference in sort of animation or it's a different thing that they feel they can do and they feel like it's a better sign-off or like an end of a non-linear story. Because like I said, we're not following on episode by episode here.
Nope.
It's weird. We will never see characters. In fact, we will never ever see the pirates again. We'll never see Polly Roger or anyone like that.
Nope.
So we've got no stories to call back to. We just the same thing. So maybe it makes sense to kind of have a sort of sign off like that where the kids can laugh along as well at the end.
Yeah, because I would have guessed it would have known they're coming to the end of.
I don't know. I have no idea if this was known, if it was planned for, or if it just was no renewal. There's an argument to suggest they may have done, based on the fact this is only 14 episodes long.
Yeah, because
and we will get to the finale and explain why we think that might work as a finale. But that's for videos further down the road. This is okay. This could have been wackier. A lot wackier with body changing going on constantly.
Yeah.
I thought we'd get like a final 2-minute mad montage where the helmets are dropping on everyone's different heads and everyone's jumping into each other's bodies, but we don't. However, and I don't like the robot stuff, that feels shoehorned in.
Yeah.
Whereas Cranky and Clump swap is fun.
Yep.
Because Clump, gonna say it now, best character in the show.
Oh yeah, definitely.
Funniest voice actor, funniest lines, generally entertaining.
Yep.
So having Clump switch bodies with Candy, brilliant.
Yeah, he's the character who's sort of like he's in the middle. He's
the glue.
He's the Zangief. Good, bad, not sure.
Oh, I'm not okay with that, people. I'm not okay with that. No,
you know.
what do you mean in relation to the movie, Street Fighter the movie?
No, sorry, as in
you mean his alignment?
Yes.
I
sorry,
thought you meant in his role in regards to the show.
No.
You mean his alignment? He's not necessarily good. He's not necessarily bad.
Yes.
He sort of sits in the middle.
He's in the middle, yeah.
I disagree. I think Clump's bad, but I think he's an idiot, and that sometimes he gets caught up in stuff. Because he's always with K. Rool.
Yeah, of course. Yeah,
Same as Zangief, he's still a bad guy. Just because he changes his mind at the end does not forgive the war crimes he committed. If you want an honest opinion, Zangief went to jail after that for the war crimes he was part of. He didn't get forgiven because he helped open a door at the end.
Bison is bad guy?
Yes, but that's regardless. He was still be tried for his crimes.
Yeah, of course he will, yeah.
Absolutely.
True.
Clump would be exactly the same. So don't give me that. Clump's not a
yeah.
good guy just because he occasionally does good things. He is still an idiot. He is still an idiot. That is the Big Switch-a-Roo, episode 35. You got any thoughts and you know what to do? Let us know in the comments. Thank you very much for watching. If you liked what you saw, please help us out by giving us a thumbs up and hitting that subscribe button. If you really liked what you saw, consider donating to keep the website and channel running by buying us a coffee via our coffee page or picking up some merch from our Big Cartel store. You can check us out on gbhbl.com as well as via our social media, Facebook, Instagram and Twitter, as well as listen to our interviews via SoundCloud, Apple Music and Spotify. Just search for GBHBL. Games, horror and heavy metal. What else is life for?